Hi,
Hello.
welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast where we're very scared.
Yeah, we are so scared for our lives right now and our mental health
Yes.
because this is turning out to be our 13th reason
Oh
collectively.
my gosh. Hopefully there was just something wrong with that link.
Yeah, because if I start talking about something and then I just hear silence, I am going to leave.
Yeah, we'll just have to try
We're
again
just
next
gonna have to
week
try again tomorrow or
or
something because
or
this is
something.
ridiculous.
So far, so good.
But I'm not getting my hopes up because that's what
I'm not
happened
either.
last time.
I'm not either.
We're not.
How was your week, Kelly?
Perfect. Compared to this moment, it's perfect. um yeah, it was work. I had a little health scare. I had to leave work at like an hour in, but we're okay. I'm not sick. It's perfect. It's cool.
Love that for you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow I start like my first real day of work. I've been for the past like 3 weeks being paid to do nothing, so I have to actually start working tomorrow, and
Boo.
I have to go into the office, which is not close,
Oh no.
and
Yeah.
not even my office. So I don't know why I have to go here, but it's not
Interesting.
close. It's like over an hour away.
Oh geez, really?
Yeah, yeah. And I learned something great today. Gas is over $6.
Ugh.
Yep. Yeah.
Welcome to California, everybody,
Yeah.
for those of you who are not part of this state.
I mean, I'm like 95% sure where I work will have charging stations, but
Yeah, true.
but my car only gets 40 miles on a charge, on a full
That's it?
charge, and a full charge takes like hours. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too bad. I mean, this isn't even your office, so
No,
maybe it's better. If,
no.
like when you actually get to go to your office.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And like not to like pinpoint myself, but I believe there's supposed to be like shuttles or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'll figure that all out.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also I watched some pretty interesting movies.
Okay.
I watched the first half of a Netflix movie called Inceptor. It was very bad, so I turned it off.
Inceptor?
Yeah. Chris Hemsworth's wife, you know,
Oh, my mom watched that this morning.
the woman who was in those, who was in like
Fast and
two
Furious.
Fast and Furious movies.
I thought it was three.
It could be three. I don't
Yeah.
know. Her after like Fast Five, her her
Yeah.
her character was significantly cut down.
Her
Um,
character is murked.
yeah. It was really bad. So so I just stopped watching it. Uh,
Oh, dang.
and then I watched The Dark Knight for the first time since like high
Oh,
school. Great movie.
I've never seen it, right?
It's still what?
I've never seen any of the Batman movies.
You've never seen a single Batman movie.
No.
How is that possible?
It always just seemed dark and scary to me, so I never watched any of the Batman
How have you
movies.
never seen a bat? You haven't even seen Lego Batman? Like you haven't seen a
I
singular Batman
No, not
movie?
even Lego Batman. I know that everybody says that Lego Batman's really good, but I still haven't even seen that.
I'm so disappointed in you.
I'm sorry.
Like, wow, that's
I'm so sorry.
wow.
Honestly, the only it's not even because like I'm a Marvel fan and like Marvel fans can't even like DC. Like the only thing I know about DC other than like Superman and I still haven't seen like anything related to him is
I've
Teen Titans.
I've seen
That's
one super
literally
I've
it.
seen one Superman movie.
Okay.
Not the Henry Cavill one. There was like one before that. I saw that one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I've seen bits of that one.
But other than that, I have not seen a Superman movie. I've seen
Okay.
movies that have Superman in it,
In
but
it, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
not like a Superman movie.
Mm-hmm. The
The hell,
Smallville
but
count.
there's literally so many. What?
The
That's not a
Smallville count.
that's not a movie.
I know, but like that's Superman.
I mean, sure,
Okay.
I couldn't make it past the first season, so yippee for
True.
you if you finished it. Uh, you should watch Superman and Lois though. Everyone watch Superman and Lois. I love Superman and
But
Lois, even though
there's hiatuses
they're
like
released.
every week.
Look, Kelly,
you
look,
you come crawling to me every single time.
look.
I
You
don't
can
like it when you do that to yourself. This is an abusive relationship, Jordan.
you can only ask so much of the CW.
Okay.
Like either they're giving you quality but like sporadically, or they're giving you nothing. So I'll take the quality sporadically.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, you need to watch a Batman movie.
Okay, so which one should I watch?
Oh God.
Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
Do you want to watch a good one,
I
or
mean, I would like to watch a good one.
or one that is so ridiculous that it will make you laugh? Like you'll
Oh.
have fun watching. Like it's very campy.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
Because then you could just watch Batman Forever, or
Forever?
is that the
Okay,
one?
so who's the Batman in Batman Forever?
I think that's George Clooney.
Ooh, okay.
And I think Alicia Silverstone is in that one too.
Oh, I
You
like
watch that
her.
one. Another campy one is the one before that. I think it's called Batman Forever or something. I think that one has Val Kilmer in it
Oh,
as
okay.
Batman. Or maybe that's the one with what's his name? That man who played the Vulture in the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. What's his
Oh,
name?
yes.
Him.
I know who you're talking about. I just
One
don't.
of them is the Batman.
Yeah. Someone is the Batman.
Someone's Batman. There's an old white man who is playing Batman. If
And that could be a list of any person at this
if you
point.
want to watch a good Batman movie,
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could watch Batman Begins, but like it's okay. The like
Who's
really
the
good
Batman in that one?
that is the that's like that's the beginning of the trilogy one
Oh,
with
okay.
what's
So
his
that's
name?
I know who you're talking about.
It's like on the tip of my tongue. He was in
Um,
American Psycho or something like that.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah.
Sorry, that was very loud. I was very excited.
You could skip Batman Begins though.
Okay.
Watch the Dark Knight. Great
Okay,
movie.
The Dark Knight.
Great
Alrighty.
movie.
All
And then
right.
watch Lego Batman.
I know everyone
but
said
you
Lego
have
Batman was
but
so
you
good.
but you have to watch other Batman movies to like
So
understand
I
the
get it.
jokes
Okay.
in Lego
Okay.
Batman.
Okay. Sounds good.
So yeah. And then I also watched, what did I watch last night? Oh, I watched The Blind Side for the first time since like high school.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Netflix.
I love a good white savior movie. I do. You can take my black card right now. I love a good this movie, The Help. I love a white savior movie.
Oh, The
Uh,
Help is really good.
I love The Help. Uh, yeah, but other than that, been doing nothing, sitting at my computer because I wasn't actually doing anything. I was getting paid to do nothing but watch TV.
Which I'm so jealous of, by the
I'm
way.
It'll never happen again. But I was having the time of my life. I mean, I wasn't. I was like stressed out, but that's just a personal
But
thing.
yeah,
I'm sure
that didn't really have to do with the work, but
yeah.
it's just a me thing.
I'm sure everyone who I'm going to be training with tomorrow was like perfectly happy not doing anything for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, I would be.
I was just stressed because I didn't know what was going on, and I hate not knowing what's going on. Uh,
It's the type A in you. It
yeah.
really is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kelly, are you ready to talk about Friends with Benefits?
Yes, I am.
The 2011 rom-com Friends with Benefits.
Oh my gosh, FWB.
So our movie starts off with Jamie, a headhunter in New York, and Dylan, an art director in LA, going on dates. Jamie's boyfriend is late to their showing of Pretty Woman, and Dylan is late to his date of a John Mayer concert. This is where, so a couple of weeks ago,
Jordan.
I mentioned to Kelly that I couldn't remember a single name of a John Mayer song.
Yes.
And I knew one John Mayer song because of this movie.
And what is it called, Jordan?
Girl.
They literally talk about it.
Your Body's a Wonderland.
Yes.
Do I remember the one that Kelly said in
I
that
was about
episode?
to ask next.
No. Was it like 84, 83?
83.
80.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Look at you. I'm so proud of you.
My brain is making a little spot in the corner for John Mayer. But
you know what? Just because I'm gonna take you to a John Mayer concert.
If you do that, I'll kill myself, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, Kelly. I'm 110% going to. If you.
What if I like blindfold you and you don't even know until like you get there and I like remove.
I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy and I know where my carotid is. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Okay, I'll be nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but you know what? You're gonna be stuck in a car with me on the way to LA in a couple weeks.
We are not playing John Mayer. That's just not gonna happen. I'm so sorry.
You're gonna keep the aux for me?
Yeah. I'll give it. It'll be between me and Leslie. Like, you can't touch.
What if I tell Leslie to play it?
I will leave you guys in LA. Don't play with me. I already wake up earlier than the two of you. I will just wake up and I'll leave you.
Okay, never.
Let's just drive home.
Okay, I apologize.
Well, back to our story. After everyone has gotten, to their respective dates, their dates break up with them. Dylan gets broken up with for being emotionally unavailable, and Jamie gets broken up with for being emotionally damaged, whatever that means.
Yeah, I understand the emotionally unavailable.
Yeah.
Emotionally damaged though,
right? Is she? I guess from what we see later in this movie, I think she goes too fast for these men. I don't know.
Well, but I don't know if that's emotionally damaged.
I don't think it is either, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we will.
Also, the fact that they both got dumped right before their dates.
Oh, I know.
Like they were both outside of the venues of the places they were supposed to go into, and then they got dumped.
Right. Like, what the heck?
Ridiculous. And so the two of them then decide that they're going to shut off all their emotions like George Clooney. But isn't that Dylan's problem? But whatever.
That is Dylan's problem.
It's Dylan's problem, but okay.
Okay.
Dylan then gets on a flight to New York where he makes fun of that pilot that landed the plane in the Hudson. I can't remember. Captain Sully, was that his name?
Sully, yeah.
Yeah, and it like pisses off the flight attendant. And at first she was like flirting with him, but then he mentioned that and she's like, leave me alone. You're weird.
Like, that's a major turnoff.
Yeah. When Dylan's flight land, he meets up with Jamie, who is a mess. She wrote his name on a paper with lipstick, and she's walking on the baggage claim conveyor barefoot. Oh, you okay?
We're fine. It's
cool.
Okay.
Cool. Passing out bags to people.
The way I would be so anxious. She was almost late. And then she's causing this disruption. I would just pass away. That's way too much for my social anxiety.
Very embarrassing. But she obviously is an extrovert. She has almost no shame. So she gives Dylan his bag and takes him on his interview with GQ. Ooh. And he's like really apprehensive about it because he doesn't want to move to New York, which I understand.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't either. But, I also wouldn't want to live in LA, so like that's a whole different thing. And so what seems like hours later, because like it was like midday when she dropped him off.
5 hours later.
And it was pitch black.
Yeah, it's not like the sun has just gone down. It's like it's been dark for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, it's dark. And so Dylan comes out and Jamie gives him an offer letter. He got an offer on a first interview. Good for him. Couldn't be.
How impressive.
That's very impressive. And he's still scared to take the offer. So she spends the night trying to sell him not on the job, but on New York City.
You couldn't.
Yeah, you couldn't sell me on New York.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I literally got little side tangent. I literally got a email about um not applying, interviewing with a job in New York, and I literally thought about it for like 2 seconds, and I was like, I don't want to move there.
Yeah, no. Like 90% of your paycheck would be towards a shoebox of an apartment anyway. So
Yeah, if I'm gonna live in a small place, I'd rather live in a small place in California than a small place in New York.
right. Right. I'd rather live somewhere small in a place that I'd actually like to be in.
And at least out here, I have like family. I don't know anyone in New York. I'm not
Yeah.
doing
And
that.
then that city is so big and there's so much going on that would not be good for my mental health.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and so she takes him to an outdoor party, and they meet up with Jamie's friend Sean White, the snowboarder, who does
Just
not like
casual.
he does not like Dylan at all,
Absolutely
and
not.
he makes it known immediately.
This man was willing to fight on site,
On
dude.
site
On
for
site.
for no, like they
No
literally
reason.
they literally just met. He was like, "Hey, I'm Dylan," and then he was like ready to fight him
Mm-hmm.
for no reason. But you got to do what you got to do, Sean.
True.
Later, Jamie takes Dylan to the roof of a building that she goes to when she wants to be alone because she has no cell reception up there and she isn't surrounded by people.
Mm-hmm.
On the roof, they look at the stars and talk about Dylan's dad, who used to run the LA Times or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, me
Did
neither.
didn't feel like going back.
No.
Um,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry. It's not that important, so it doesn't
It
really
really
matter.
isn't.
Yeah, and so while they're talking, Jamie then out of nowhere rushes them to Times Square, where they watch a flash mob, and Dylan finally agrees to the job. Which, like, wow, he didn't like even mull it over for a day.
I know.
I know she was like, your offer ends at midnight, but I thought she was being like hyperbolic. Like,
Yeah, she was being facetious. Like,
like it actually ended at midnight.
yeah, like what if he said, "Oh, at 12:01 like I actually wanted it." Would you
Would
take
you
it
not?
back?
Like, oh, too late. You should have told us a minute ago.
Right. It's like we were interested in you in a minute ago and then you totally disregarded our time limit and so
Yeah, we'll just find another person. We'll just
yeah.
start a whole nother round of interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, I would never want to work at a job that only gave me a couple of hours to decide whether or
Right.
not I wanted to uproot my entire life to the
Yeah,
other side of the country.
that seems like a red flag,
It's a
no?
red flag.
Because they understand where you've come from
Yeah.
and because they obviously sent out somebody to get you from the airport. So and then you got to find housing and whatever and move and yeah.
Yeah, it's a
They
whole
were they
ordeal.
were yeah, they were disregarding him totally.
Yeah, I would have on that alone rejected the offer.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Um,
you had to be joking.
yeah. Also, when they're in Times Square, I've never seen Times Square that busy. Like when we went, it was not that busy, right?
I remember, you know what? I remember a lot of people coming and going, but not actually staying in Times Square.
I feel like I would have had a panic attack if I was surrounded by that
Oh
many
no,
people. I was
I totally
never
would.
I was never surrounded by that many people. There was a
Mm-mm.
point where there was a crowd, but that was because there was like a camera thingy on like a
Oh yeah, yeah,
screen
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
people were taking pictures there. But like that was the
Mm-hmm.
only like really crowd there was.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really remember is that there was like construction also going on around Times Square when we were there.
Mhm.
And like that's why everyone had to keep moving, but there wasn't like a huge crowd. I think we were like the biggest crowd of people like loitering there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another reason I couldn't do New York.
Mm-mm.
Too many people. And so on his return to New York, Dylan is talking to a passenger on the plane about Captain Sully again. It's a recurring thing.
Yeah.
And he's just sounding like an overall asshole. He's like, these planes land themselves. Like, he didn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
And the guy's
Yeah.
just like, please stop talking.
Yeah. He's like, I did not ask for this.
No. Um, And so Dylan then moves into his new apartment, and oh my gosh, he must be paid like over six figures
I was about to
because
say, because
it's
that apartment is,
gigantic,
yeah, it's beautiful. It's fully furnished. The kitchen is huge,
huge, huge. Um, Also, Jamie's apartment is very big,
but
and
it's not as nice,
it's
I
not as
would
nice, but
say.
it's also very big.
It
So
is pretty
I
big.
know her apartment is expensive, so I could just imagine how
Mhm.
expensive his is.
Exactly, like compared. Jeez.
And so, yeah, he moves into his apartment and he starts at GQ and meets a man named Tommy Bollinger, who is a gay man. And
If you
he,
couldn't tell.
if you couldn't tell, he'll tell you. He's the
Yes.
sports editor and invites Dylan to be his wingman, thinking that Dylan is gay because
Just because he's from LA.
he's from LA and he's an art
Every gay
director.
person comes from LA.
Yeah,
Oh
everyone in
yeah, and
LA
he's
is
an art
gay.
director.
And Dylan's like, no, no, no. And then he asks him one more time just to be sure. He's
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah,
are you sure? No?
yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
just have to double make sure because you never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Later that day, Jamie comes over with Dylan's contract, and Dylan freaks out because it's a year-long contract. And Jamie tells him
I
not
wonder
to,
why.
huh?
Like why would a year freak him out?
He has commitment issues.
I know, but like I feel like there's a difference between commitment issues and like working.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. But yeah, it freaks him out. And so
Mm-hmm.
Jamie's like, you'll be fine, but like, don't leave. Otherwise, I don't get my bonus. What does she have to
True.
wait a year for the bonus, or does she get the bonus and then if he leaves, she has to return it?
I don't think they can take that back.
I'm pretty sure they can take it back.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it sounded like he had to stay the year before she got her bonus.
Yeah, yeah, most
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And so after not Jamie, after Dylan signs, Jamie takes him out to lunch after doing like this elaborate thing where she pretends to think that he's hitting on her. He's
Yeah,
like, it
that
was
was a
very
lot.
awkward. It made me
It
feel
was.
very uncomfortable because he
Like
was,
the first time she said it, it's like, oh yeah, that's funny, haha. You're
and then she
making a
went
joke,
deeper.
and then she just kept going, and it's like, do you not know your social cues? Because this is just getting weird.
And all he said was, "Do you know somewhere I could get lunch?"
Yeah, I could get lunch, not we.
Yeah, he didn't say we, he said I. And she was like, "Are you asking me out?"
And that should have been the end of it,
That should have been the end of it. That should have
because
been
then
the
they would have been
joke.
like, ha ha,
Yeah,
no.
that should have been the joke. She
Let's
took
go
it a
get
little
lunch.
bit too far.
Mm.
And so while eating, they learn that they both have relationship troubles. And she invites him over to a small party with some of her friends so he can meet some new people.
Nice.
We then get montages of them playing pranks on each other, hanging out, you know, being
Being
best
friends.
friends.
Mm-hmm. Being
Even though,
besties.
you know, literally he became friends with the first person he met in New York, but whatever. And then it all ends one night while they're watching a rom-com when they decide to be friends with benefits.
How
And
did they get
I
those
don't,
two
Kelly,
to
Kelly,
okay.
I don't know. Like literally, they were just watching a movie, having a normal conversation about the movie, and then all of a sudden, hey, we should have sex with each other.
Like
It,
I understand like jumping from one conversation to another, like because I'm one of those people, like an idea will get in my head and then like I have to pursue it.
mm-hmm,
It's like having two different conversations with one person, like with in like different apps.
mm-hmm.
But like
We do
this
it
was a
often.
little yeah, we do.
We do
This
it
was a
often.
little too wild.
It was a leap. It was a
Yeah.
leap.
Yeah, this isn't even left field anymore. This is a different sport.
Yeah, yep. It's a different field. They're in the
Because they were
pool.
literally talking about music in the rom com, and then they're like, "What if we just had like casual sex?" You
Yeah,
know?
they were making fun of Soul Sister. Hey, Soul
Yeah.
Sister. And then all of a sudden, mm, I need to work out a kink in my neck. And then all of a sudden, sex. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. It was 0 to 200
Yeah.
very very quickly.
And so after swearing on a Bible app It will not affect their friendship. They have sex, but before they do, they also like tell each other like their little
Oh yeah,
sex quirks.
yeah. They like what's the term? They like fire off what they like, what they don't like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what's sensitive, what's not, and whatever.
Yeah, Dylan's
And then
like, my chin is ticklish. I like to wear socks. She's like,
she's like, "That's cool. You can keep the socks on. I hate
I
feet."
hate feet. I'm really self-conscious about my body, but like
Yeah.
since this doesn't matter, we can go in the room that has better lighting. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's effective, but it's still weird.
And Dylan has a lot more and weirder kinks than
Oh
she
yeah, the
quirks
sneezing.
than she does. The sneezing thing is
What's with the
very
sneezing?
weird. Very weird.
Yeah, I feel I don't know if y'all what side of TikTok y'all are on if you guys have TikTok, but the if I had an ick with somebody, with him specifically, that would be one of them.
Mm.
Like what is that? What
It's
kind of
very,
reaction is that?
yeah, yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, like you've never seen the movie, after he has, sex, when
Yes, after
he
he has
when
completed.
he has completed, he sneezes.
Yes, he doesn't do anything else but sneeze.
Yeah, and when they finish their act, which she is, how would I word this?
Yeah, how are we gonna
She is
uh
blowing candles,
yes.
and
Yes.
he
Sneezes
completes
very completes
it
and sneezes very quickly.
in her mouth,
Yes.
and then she kisses him.
Yes. Also the fact that she was down there for like
2 seconds.
30 seconds. I'm being very, 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 very generous. 30 seconds.
Let's meet in the middle. Let's say 15.
15. You know what? 15, 10 to get to where she was, 5 to do whatever, do the blowing of the candle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was that long.
Yeah.
And he sneezes, and it's like, dude, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Either she's really good or you just
Maybe it's been a while. It's been a while,
yeah,
Kelly.
maybe it has
It's been
been.
a while. Even though he just broke up with his girlfriend, like let's say a month ago.
Yeah, exactly.
The next day, Jamie comes over to Dylan's job and they have like an awkward conversation with each other before they agree not to have sex again. Mm-hmm. But then immediately after agreeing, they go to Jamie's house and have sex.
Yeah.
And then we get a montage of them having sex.
Yeah.
Drew,
with like little interesting bits in the middle.
Yeah, like them watching sports in between, or him going to use the bathroom while I erect, which is hilarious. Hilarious.
Also, is that true? I would like anybody out there. Is that true? A simple yes would do. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll never talk about that again.
We're never talking about that ever again.
And so one night while they're having sex, Jamie's mom comes over and jokes about them having sex and about the ethnicity of Jamie's father.
Which will always be ambiguous.
Always be ambiguous. And a different ethnicity every time.
Yeah. I think the only thing that stays consistent is like the dark hair.
Yeah.
The olive skin.
That's because look at Jamie and look at her.
Yeah, I mean, there had to be something else there.
Something else had to be there. And so one day Dylan is playing basketball with Tommy, and after they play, Tommy tells Dylan that this thing he has going on with Jamie will never work out. And he says it, but it's kind of misogynistic the way he says it. He's like, nah, women can't have sex without being in love with you. And I was like, not true, but okay.
Yeah, you stay in that little bubble of yours if you would like.
But it's also very apparent that Tommy is misogynistic, so it
100%
doesn't really matter. He's like, yeah, one day though you'll meet someone who you want to be with forever. And then Tommy jumps into his boat and drives home to Jersey because he doesn't like to take the ferry.
What an exit.
Jamie is at home with her mom doing her hair, and her mom is surprised that she is doing the whole friends with benefits thing because she thinks of her as like a love struck girl.
Hmm.
And then also while Jamie's getting her hair done badly, her mom
Yeah.
invites her to spend the 4th of July weekend with her at like a cabin or something. I don't remember. Cabin,
Yeah.
lake, something
Yeah.
like that.
It had something to do with nature.
Yeah, fun times, fun times.
Fun time.
Sometime later, Jamie tells Dylan that she's gonna start dating again. And so they agree to stop having sex.
Hmm.
They then go to lunch and go on a walk in which Dylan goes to ask out a girl, but she's married.
Yes, she is.
And
With three
then
kids.
3 kids. Great husband. Great husband.
Yes.
And Jamie goes up to a guy and gets a date. Yay.
Yay.
And she also told the guy, whose name is Parker, that Dylan is her gay best friend because, they were standing next to each other. So
Hmm.
she had to like come up with something,
Yeah.
even though she could have just said my friend. But
Yeah, like I don't know why that would cause such a riff already.
I don't
He's
either.
just a friend.
And so Parker wants to set Dylan up with his brother. The date with Parker goes well, and they continue to go on dates. And after their 5th date, they have sex because Jamie saw in the rom-com from earlier that the girl had a 5-date rule. So she was like, let me try it.
Which I mean is it's fair.
It's sure.
It's a
Yeah.
fair rule.
I mean, pick whatever number of
Yeah,
dates
pick
you
whatever you're
want.
comfortable with. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like five seems like a reasonable number.
Yeah. I feel like by 5, you have a good understanding of whether or not you like this person.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, they have sex. And the next morning, Parker tries to run away.
Oh yeah.
But she sees him while out getting coffee, and he dumps her for literally no reason. I think he just wanted to have
Yeah.
sex with her. And
I
then,
think so.
because the reasoning made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, what did he say?
It was something along the lines of, um, I'm not what you want, or something boring like that.
Yeah, it's me, not you kind of
Yeah,
line.
it was dumb because
Yeah.
he supposedly was very into her that night. So I don't understand what
Yeah, and
changed.
then like on one of their dates, he was like, "Oh, you're worth waiting for," and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I'm like, "Uh-huh."
So it's very apparent he just wanted to sleep with her.
Hmm.
And so she goes over to, oh, meanwhile, while Jamie is dating Parker, Dylan goes on a date with a girl who, while they're making out, starts growling in his ear and like
Oh,
sniffing his armpit.
I was so uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable. And then while this is happening, he gets a call from his sister about him coming over for the 4th of July. And he's like, yeah, I'll be there. And then the girl gets jealous when she hears him talking to a woman. He's like, this is my sister.
Yeah, and she like threatens to cut her.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that she was still all over him while he was trying to make a
While
phone
he was
call.
on the phone
Yeah, no.
with his sister.
Yeah,
Weird.
get away from me.
Weirdo behavior.
Yeah.
Now she knows where you live, Dylan. Oh, God.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah. And so after Jamie gets dumped, she goes over to Dylan's to complain. And he gives her a painting to like cheer her up, which, yay.
It was
Uh,
really nice, by the
it was
way.
really nice. It looked expensive.
It did.
He also gives her cab fare to take her home.
Which,
So,
yeah,
so she
could
doesn't have,
also potentially be expensive.
yeah, probably is. And so when she gets home, her mom has left, just left,
Yeah.
left the tiniest of notes. What I'm shocked that Jamie found.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't even like on the counter, it was like behind stuff.
It was behind stuff that I think it was on like a bill.
It was.
Insane. And so now Jamie has absolutely no 4th of July plans, which, like, if you live in New York, like, if you don't have plans, like, you're screwed. Like, you have nothing to, like, everyone leaves the city. for the
Yeah.
4th of July. Like, you're screwed. And so Dylan buys her a ticket to come with him to LA, and she goes.
Which is this guy made out of money? Like I know he
Oh,
said he had miles, but geez.
he's he is rich, rich. Like,
Yeah.
if the apartment didn't tell you that,
Right.
the
He's set.
the car he drives in LA, his family
The
home,
family house.
and the fact that he had enough points for a what looked like business class flight to
Mm-hmm.
LA during a
Mm-hmm.
holiday weekend.
And
He's
last minute.
last minute, he's rich.
Yeah.
He's rich, rich. And so on the flight to LA, Dylan tries to bring up how planes fly themselves again. And Jamie shuts it down. She's like, no, we're not talking about this.
He needs to let that go.
He really needs to
He
let it
needs to
go.
let it go.
Like, this is his 3rd time bringing it up in like what, 2 months?
Probably. Probably.
Insane. And so when they get to LA, they get to Dylan's dad's house in Malibu. And we meet his nephew, Sam, who's an amateur magician, his sister, Annie, and his dad, who, do we ever learn his name?
Uh no. I don't think so.
Okay, because I
The only
literally
thing
don't.
that popped up in my head when you said Malibu, anyways, was Malibu Barbie.
Malibu Barbie. I would hate to live in Malibu. I don't know why anyone would want to, other than the fact that you get, if you're like rich, rich, you could get.
I think it's a status thing. It has to be.
I mean, I wouldn't even want to live by the Malibu beach. Like, there's so many tourists all the time. Like, that's not
Well,
soothing.
no, it's not.
That's not relaxing.
And their house is on the beach.
Like, it's on the beach, so like I'm sure they have drunk people come up to like their back window, like pressing on it all the time to see if like there's a famous person living in there.
Oh.
Which, like, famous people don't live on the beach in Malibu.
No, they don't.
That might be like their like vacation home. They don't live there.
Mm-mm.
They'll live in like the Malibu Hills. Or why am I explaining celebrities to you? Forget it. Yeah, and so Dylan's dad has Alzheimer's, and so he likes to walk around with no pants on, and he forgets things fairly often, but also not often.
Yeah,
like it's very confusing.
Yeah, like he'll have a moment of clarity, and then other times he'll just totally forget everything.
Yeah, like he'll have like half a scene where he is perfectly fine, and then and then he'll just start saying random stuff, which I guess would be Alzheimer's, but like,
yeah,
he's never like consistently like out of it. Like, he'll be out of it for like a second, and then he'll just snap right back into it. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah,
maybe this is like the early onset of his Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
We don't really, they don't ever really go into it, so it doesn't really matter.
It's because sometimes it sounds like he's like fully functioning and is fine, and then other times it's like he can't even take care of himself.
Yeah, but then like you ask Annie, and she's like, he's gone a lot, and I'm like, is he?
Yeah, because at the end it looked like he was there for a very long time.
And so, yeah, also every like new girl he sees, he thinks it's a woman named Dee Dee. And so while speaking with Annie, Jamie learns about some embarrassing things about Dylan, like how he used to have a stutter. He had a crisscross phase. Crisscross will make it jump. That's what crisscross is, if you don't know what crisscross is.
You didn't know.
And he is absolutely terrible with math. Same, but not same, because
not to the level that he's at.
Not to his level.
But I am bad at math.
I'll tell you about his level later. Like, it's atrocious.
It's pretty bad.
It's horrible. And so that night, Dylan goes into Jamie's room to talk her into having sex, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
And so they hang out, and Jamie makes fun of all the embarrassing things that Annie told her about. After drinking a little, they make out, and then they eventually just do have sex. And later that night, Annie sees Dylan sneak out of Jamie's room. Scandalous.
Scandals.
Which, You didn't hear them having sex?
Yeah, I feel like they're like even before they had sex, I feel like they were being just super
So
loud and
much
obnoxious
noise.
anyway.
So
Yeah,
much.
because at one point Dylan was jumping on the bed. I'm like,
He
what
was
are you doing all that
he
for?
was jumping on the bed. He was reciting like the first like verse of Jump Jump.
Mm-hmm.
They were screaming, they were laughing, they were throwing
Yeah,
pillows. They
yeah.
I'm they
I would
had
have been
to
pissed.
be going in and out of the room to get alcohol, right?
Right, yeah.
So I don't know how
But
no one
yeah.
knew he was in
Mm-mm.
there. And so yeah, the next morning, Dylan and Sam go jet skiing, and Sam talks about how much everyone misses him, especially his dad.
Hmm.
That night, they go out to dinner, and Jamie and Dylan talk about how they first met. When Dylan's dad has a moment, and so Dylan gets embarrassed, and so everyone just leaves.
Yeah.
His dad just kind of freaks out. No,
Yeah, and then he doesn't want help and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. I feel like if my grandfather had Alzheimer's, it would be the end of the fucking world. Oh my gosh, we would never get anything done. It's already hard now. I can't imagine.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
from what I've heard.
my grandfather is already a very stubborn man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine if he had Alzheimer's and I had to deal with him with all. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Like my brain would explode.
Yeah, I feel it.
So the next day, Jamie and Dylan go on a hike to the Hollywood sign, which is nowhere near Malibu. So
It is not.
they had to drive a very long way to go hiking.
And it's illegal
Oh
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
as
yeah,
close as they did.
yeah. So here is where we get to see how bad Dylan's math is. So
Oh, yeah.
they get to the Hollywood sign, and the Hollywood sign is fenced off.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie's like, "How high do you think it is?" And he's like, "Well, I'm about 6 feet tall, and it looks like it's like three of me. So six times three is 92."
92.
And
Yeah.
I was like, and Jamie was like, "Wow, you really are bad at math." That's so
Yeah.
like I would get if he said like 40 or like
Yeah.
something,
Anything like around like 20 or 30, I'd probably
yeah, like
understand.
something within reason, but
Mm-hmm.
92.
That was not within reason.
Yeah, and so the two of them then climb the fence and hang out like in the like O of the Hollywood sign.
Mm-hmm. Also, to go just back to Dylan for a second, how
Yeah,
did he look at that and be like, "Yeah, that's exactly 92 feet," or whatever he said?
Kelly, it's not he's really bad at math.
I know, but like, wouldn't the number you come up with and what you're looking at not
No, no,
math,
but
right?
he did realize it didn't make sense.
Okay.
But he just doesn't know how to like rationalize it. So he was like, "Wait, maybe that's right."
Okay.
Because at first he was like 92. That can't be right. He was like, "Well, maybe it is
Okay.
right."
Okay.
He just can't fathom
Mm-hmm.
numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. He's an art guy. He doesn't need
Yeah, that's
numbers.
cool.
And so, yeah, while they're in the O, they talk about how Dylan is embarrassed of his dad, and Dylan doesn't ever want to talk about like his emotions or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
When a LAPD helicopter comes and tells them that they have to get down, but Dylan is scared and his stutter comes back because he's so
Mm-hmm.
scared. And so he has to be airlifted out, which wouldn't that be more terrifying than
I
just
feel like
climbing
it
down?
would. I feel like it would. Because then you're just hanging there.
You're just hanging there. God knows how high up in the air.
Exactly.
I'd rather just jump out of the O.
Yeah, that would be worse to just because then you have to get in the harness and then you're moving around a lot and
Mhm.
yeah, that's way too much.
I wonder how much they were fined too, because you know they got a
Oh
fine.
yeah, for sure.
They don't play about the Hollywood sign.
They don't play with the Hollywood sign.
And so back at the house, Annie mentions that she saw Dylan sneak out of Jamie's room. And Dylan tells Annie that he doesn't like Jamie because she's too fucked up and damaged. And Jamie hears this because she's in Sam's like magic box so that you like cut people in
Saw
half.
people in half, yeah.
And so that night, heartbroken or hurt or whatever, Jamie
Hurt.
Lee Jamie leaves saying that she has to go back for work, even though the next day is the 4th of July.
July 4th,
Like
yeah.
no one's
No.
working. And
No
like
one is working.
and like even like our math whiz, Dylan is like, it's the 4th of July. Like, you're not gonna be working. She's like, oh no,
Yeah.
gotta go to work. And she just books it out of the house.
Yeah, she does.
After the 4th, Jamie begins to just ignore all of Dylan's texts and calls. One day, Dylan calls Jamie, and when it goes straight to voicemail, he goes to the top of her favorite building, which we never know what building it is.
No, we don't.
And he confronts her about, you know,
Ignoring
him. And she's like, I heard what you said. And then she's like, I thought we were friends, but I guess all that you wanted was to just have sex with me, and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And the two get into a big fight, and Jamie just leaves.
Yeah. I don't. There were things that she brought up that I did not agree with.
Same, but
But
she was
yeah,
upset.
she was upset, and like they needed the drama for this to work. But yeah, I
Uh-huh.
didn't.
Like, he just kept reiterating that they were friends, and
Yeah.
she kept trying to make it seem like they were more than what they were.
Yeah, and then like because her only issue was what he said about her.
Yeah.
But no, she was bringing up a bunch of other stuff that wasn't related.
Which I feel like they could have resolved if they had just talked about that. But
exactly. I hate the miscommunication trope. It's gross.
yeah, it sucked. And so when Dylan gets home that night, he watches Jamie's favorite rom-com.
Oh.
Sometime later, Jamie gets a call that Amazon, well, they don't say it's Amazon, but it's Amazon.
Yeah, it's Amazon.
Like, Jamie's like, who do you work for? And he's like, oh, I can't tell you, but like, we are the leading seller of online books, and we're not eBay. And I was like, Amazon. Got it.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah. So Amazon wants to poach Dylan. Mm-hmm. And so she goes to one of his photo shoots to like confront him because he may or may not take the job.
Yeah.
And he tells her that if he does take the job, he'll write her a check for her bonus. Like, wow, big baller.
I know, jeez.
And she says, forget it. I don't want your money, and leaves. No, always take the money.
I would want the money.
take the money. Take the money.
You can be mad, but like however much richer.
Yeah, be mad with some
with some money.
With some money. And so Jamie has a conversation with her mom about her fears of repeating her mother's mistakes, and her mom essentially just tells her she needs to make her own mistakes and to stop looking for fairy tale endings. And she also tells her that she thinks that her father is Eurasian. Whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever that means.
The next day, Dylan picks up his dad at the airport for a week-long trip. And they go to a restaurant, and Dylan's dad, not wanting to wait, just walks up to an empty table and takes his pants off. And so Dylan joins him in taking his pants off to like embrace his father and no longer be embarrassed of him. And this waitress just like lets it happen.
She lets it happen.
At first she's like, you can't do that. And then Dylan's dad just starts ordering a steak, and she's like, you know what?
Like, okay,
whatever. Yes. I don't get paid enough for this.
Yeah, she doesn't get paid enough for this.
She doesn't.
But also, public indecency. She could have called the cops.
I mean, I'm not gonna call the cops on a man with Alzheimer's, but like,
it's not like she knows that. But anyway,
he told her, didn't he?
No, he said that his dad had issues.
Oh, he just had issues.
Wasn't able to wait or something.
Either way.
She's all like, well, I can't do that either because I have to wait with the line or go with the line.
Either way, they get their food.
Yes, they do. They are served.
They are served. And while they're eating, Dylan's dad calls another woman, Dee Dee, And so Dylan finally asks who Dee Dee is. How long has he been asking about this Dee Dee woman? And Dylan's just now asking.
I know.
And
Like, how are y'all not curious?
I don't know. And from this point forward, his dad is fully lucid. I'm just going to tell you that
Yes.
now. From
Yes,
this
until like the end of the movie.
until the end of the movie, his dad is completely lucid. And
Uh-huh.
and at the end of this movie, we're like hours later.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a-okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
And so Dylan's dad tells Dylan that Dee Dee was a woman that he met while he was in the Navy, and that he loved her, but he let her go. And tells Dylan that if he loves Jamie, he needs to like fix it and like fight for her. Yeah.
Yeah, love.
Man. Manhunt woman. Ooh.
Why are we Neanderthals right now?
I mean, isn't that what courting is, Kelly?
Is it?
A man finds a woman he wants and he goes after her and gets her. Is that not hunting?
I don't know what kind of courting you're doing. But...
Oh, I'm not doing any courting, so
yeah, maybe
really
that's
matter.
why. Maybe it is that way, and both of us are like, that can't possibly be it, right?
It is that way. I'm seeing this from fresh, non-coupled eyes.
From very single eyes.
From very single eyes. Yeah, and so while they're waiting for a cab out of the airport, Dylan's dad bumps into Shaun White, who like profusely apologizes. It's this like the kindest person you'll ever meet. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. No, it was my fault, even though it was Dylan's dad's fault."
It was.
But then when Dylan bumps into Shaun White, Shaun threatens to kick his ass for being with Jamie. It's because he wants to be with Jamie.
Yeah.
Even though if you want to be with Jamie, just tell her.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell her, Shaun?
Yeah. Did you say anything?
Did you say anything?
What?
Did you get dumped? Did you get rejected?
Yeah. And are you bitter?
Are you a little bitter?
Yeah.
Come on, Shaun White.
Good luck.
He's fine now.
He is fine now.
He's either dating or married to, I don't know, I don't care, to that girl from the Vampire Diaries. So like he's fine.
Nina Dobrev.
Sure. Yeah, and so when they get in the cab, there's a lot of traffic, and Dylan's like, this is gonna take forever. And so they call Tommy, who drives them into town on his boat.
What a lifesaver.
What a lifesaver. When they get into the city, Dylan leaves his dad at home with a neighbor and he goes out to do something. He tells his dad that the guy is there to use his oven. But his dad...
What a terrible lie.
Right, he could have come up with a better lie. But his dad was like, no, he's just here to watch me, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, no, he's here to use the oven. And then it doesn't help that the guy who's watching him is like loudly speaking to him as if he can't hear.
Right, like the man has a Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
he's not deaf.
He's not deaf, and even if he was deaf, talking loud wouldn't do anything.
It would not.
It's insane. And so Jamie goes to, I guess that was Grand Central Station.
That's what he said it was.
We've been there, right? I feel like it looked different. But
no, we did not go to Grand Central Station.
What station did we go to?
We went to the one in DC.
Oh, okay. Well, we went to a bigger one.
Yeah, and I think, in my opinion, probably better.
Probably better. And so, yeah, Jamie goes to Grand Central Station to meet her mom, but it's actually a setup by Dylan, who has a flash mob, because Jamie always said that she wanted her life to be like a movie.
Aw, y'all remember flash mobs?
It was a dark time.
Every proposal.
The flash mob time and the Harlem Shake time. Just
no one was safe.
Dark times.
No one was safe.
And so, yeah, he's like, I want you to be my friend again. And then he also professes his love to her. Which one do you want?
Yeah, like, Do you like me? Do you love me as a friend, or is
Or do you
this
love
like,
me?
yeah, is this like romantic love? I'm a little
Maybe
confused.
maybe he was like testing his options. He was like, I'll be your friend, but
But
if you wanted something more, like
I'm
I'm
very
open to
much
that.
down. Yeah, I'm 100% okay with that.
Yeah, and so they kiss. And then they go on their first date at a cafe, but then sort of aggressively making out at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then at like the end of the credits, there is a scene where they're watching the bloopers of the rom-com that they watch in the movie. And it's obviously fake blooper. Like it's
Yeah.
so bad. Like Rashida Jones at one point, quote unquote, spills, she pours it on him. She pours her drink on Jason Segel. Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah. She's like, oops. And then they just start
Oops.
laughing. And then like the boom mic comes down.
Ha
It's
ha ha.
so dumb. But that's the end of the movie.
Yes, it is.
Are you ready for the movie facts?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so Mila Kunis used a double for her nude scenes.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah,
Okay.
love that for her.
I didn't know those things existed.
Have you seen Love Actually? You've
Um,
seen Love Actually. There's like a whole
like
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 thing.
twice.
There's like a whole like
Is
storyline
there? Oh,
with that guy from Sherlock. Can't remember his name. He was also in Black Panther.
yes.
He and
I know
that
who you're talking
girl,
about.
he and that girl fell in love, and they were like butt doubles or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You know what? Whenever I do watch Love Actually, it always starts in the middle. Or it's at the end already when like everyone's getting ready to go to the Christmas pageant.
Oh my gosh,
So
Kelly.
honestly, I've probably never seen the first like good half of the movie.
You missed the part where like, oh, you missed so much good stuff, Kelly. Okay. Watch it from the beginning. I think it's on Netflix.
Okay, it probably is.
Um, the song that Dylan makes fun of in like the rom-com they're watching, I mentioned
Mm-hmm.
it earlier, is Hey Soul
Hey, Soul
Sister.
Sister.
And that is what plays at the end of that rom-com.
That rom com.
That's also the
Yeah.
song that plays at the end of this rom-com.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that. Very meta.
Very meta. We love that.
Um, Jamie takes a sign from someone at the airport that says "Oh
Oh,
Pendergast,"
Pendergast. Yep.
and Emma Stone, who is in this
Yep.
movie, played Olive Pendergast in Easy A, which came out a
Yep.
year before this movie.
Oh, did it?
And the director of this movie also directed Easy A.
I was about to ask because that
Yeah,
was a very specific thing. And then the Jamie's mom was
is
Emma
Olive's
Stone's
mom.
mom.
Yep,
Yeah.
in Easy A.
Yeah.
Towards
I
the
was
end,
half expecting Stanley Tucci to come out at that
I
point.
almost said, wasn't he? That literally was Woody Harrelson. I'm so sorry. Uh, towards the end of the movie, Jamie has a necklace that has a lightning bolt charm on it, just
Yep.
like Dylan's tattoo,
Tattoo. Yep. Did
because
see
he loves
that.
Harry Potter and it's totally not gay.
I don't understand what that joke is
I don't
about, but
either, but it made me laugh every time.
I know, same. Like,
Even
what
even
is?
Sam called Harry Potter gay, and I was like,
It's
wow.
so random.
And Dylan would get so upset.
Yeah, he would.
You
I think that's
gets
the only reason why they joke about it. Honestly,
mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Okay, Kelly. It's time for the question. Is this movie
Okay.
iconic?
I'm gonna say no, but I am gonna say it is a really good movie.
Okay. I put yes.
Okay.
I put yes. It's one of the last great rom-coms.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wait,
I
when
feel
did this
like
come out?
it came out in 2011. I have a list of all the other good rom-coms that came out in 2011.
Okay,
I feel like
hit me.
2011 was like the last good like run of
Oh.
rom-coms. We had Just Go With It, Crazy Stupid
Uh,
Love,
oh.
Bridesmaids, What's
Oh
Your
my gosh.
Number, and This movie came up. I wouldn't consider it a rom-com, but I guess technically it kind of is. Bad Teacher.
Oh,
I mean, there's like some romance in it, but I don't know if
I
I'd
don't. I wouldn't
consider it
consider it a
a
rom-com.
rom-com. But it came up when I looked up rom-coms in 2011.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I love this movie. I laugh every time I watch it.
To be honest, this is like the first time I've seen the whole thing, and it was
Oh
really good.
my gosh, Kelly.
I
This,
know. I feel like most of the movies that I see, I've seen like quarters of it, not like the full thing.
please watch a full movie.
I've seen the flash mob at the end. I knew that was coming.
It's closing time. I don't
Yeah.
know the rest of this song because I'm black. Da, 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 da.
But yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yes,
I would say there's better rom coms out there, but yeah, it's a good movie.
yeah,
I
I love it.
definitely watch it again.
Love it, love it, love it. I watch it all the time. Love this movie. Do you have any recommendations for this week?
Yes. Um, my first recommendation is Stranger Things,
Ooh,
season 4.
season 4.
If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It's really good. I feel like I'm gonna have to rewatch the other seasons too.
Why?
Because like I feel like I remember what happened in the other ones, but not all of it. And it like I really like Stranger Things, so why not?
Why?
Because like I feel like I remember like what generally happened, but like I'd like to remember all of it because I feel like I really liked season 2 and 3, but like I want to go back and rewatch it.
Okay.
And my second recommendation is going to be a John Mayer album. Because I have to torture Jordan with this just a little bit more. It's Room for Squares. It's one of his earlier albums. It's really good. It's got Why Georgia, No Such Thing, Back to You, which means nothing to Jordan.
No,
Your Body is a Wonderland is on it.
I don't give two fucks.
Okay.
Kelly.
Okay. That's all then. That's all.
I hate. Oh God, Kelly.
What?
Oh, John Mayer.
Oh, I'm not even talking about it anymore.
I don't care. I'm upset.
What are your recommendations?
My first one is another great 2011 rom-com. It's Just Go With It.
That's a good one.
I love Just Go With It. It's one of the only Adam Sandler movies I like.
Really?
Uh-huh. There are only a few. Maybe only a handful. Like I literally just rewatched 50 First Dates. I don't think I like it that much.
Oh, I like 50 First Dates.
I don't hate it,
That's a cute
but
one.
I don't
Who's
think
Lucy and what's up with her nipples?
I don't hate it, but I don't feel like I ever need to watch it again.
Oh, okay.
Like if I never watched it again, my life would be unchanged.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I don't really like what's it called? Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore is okay.
I don't really care about it that much. I feel like there's another movie I don't really care about that much.
Anger Management?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
And what's the other one with the with what's her name?
He did the
guy with the
I know he did 2 movies with what's her name? Drew Barrymore. One of them I really didn't like. What's it? The one where they went to like Africa or something. The movie was terrible.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's like Bella.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Deeds.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah. And I also didn't really like his like Oscar bait movie, Hidden Gems. Was that what it was called?
Hidden Gems?
Hidden Gems. I saw that with my family. It was like our Christmas movie or something. And I was like, this is not a good Christmas movie to go see. It was an okay movie.
Okay.
It just kind of stressed me out.
Oh, all right. I didn't see Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. I was the muse for Uncut Gems.
I don't remember her in that movie. I think she played the girlfriend. I literally don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
I only really remember the ending of that movie because like it was so shocking.
Oh, also, are you talking about The Wedding Singer? That's another one with Drew Barrymore.
No. It's like, I mean, I've seen The Wedding Singer. It's okay. But the one I hate is a movie that he has a family and Drew Barrymore has a family, and like they meet like on a trip in Africa.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
I don't know the name. I can't think of the name of it, but it was a bad movie.
I do remember what you're talking about. Oh man, now
but yeah, watch Just Go With It. It's great.
It is a good one.
Jennifer Aniston's in it. Brooklyn Decker. Brooklyn Decker. You get to see her like run around the beach in a bikini. Great times.
Splendid.
Yeah, that's the name of that terrible movie. But yeah, watch Just Go With It. My second recommendation, Club Banger, Club Hit, He Said She Said by Ashley Tisdale.
I don't want to hear that. He said.
Great song. Fun times. Fun moments. Ooh, my ice cream is here. But yeah, you'll love He Said She Said. Great song. Love it. There's a music video to it. It's a little risque, and they used to play it on Disney Channel.
Oh my gosh.
I think they used to change the words though.
Probably.
Yeah, fun. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening. We actually got through this one.
Yes, and I am so excited.
I'm so excited, and I sent Kelly a new link for our next one.
Hopefully that one works.
Hopefully that one works. Please.
Please.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SY2YI Podcast. Don't forget to send us your movie stories at our email, sytyi podcast@gmail.com. Send us your movie requests. Let us know if you like this movie too. They play it on like VH1 all the time, but like they cut out like some of the good jokes. Oh, because they're a little raunchy. Yeah, so like, let us know if you like this movie. I think this movie is hilarious. Some of Justin Timberlake's best work.
I can believe that.
For Mila Kunis, I like Forgetting Sarah Marshall a little bit better. But
that one is a good one.
But this one is still solid. I'd say 8 out of 10.
What about Jupiter?
Jupiter Ascending? Kelly, you know that movie's bad.
No, I know.
And I don't think that's a rom-com, is it?
It's not. You were mentioning Mila Kunis' movie.
Also, so. she and Channing Tatum have no chemistry.
I haven't seen it.
Which is weird, because like somehow Mila Kunis has chemistry with Jason Segel, but not with Channing Tatum.
Maybe he's just not her type.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, let us know. Let us know if you like Jupiter Ascending. Let us know.
Yes.
Don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
Yes, please.
Also, continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, and if you are in America, have a happy 4th of July.
Oh.
Or does this one come out after? I think this one comes out after 4th of July. Never mind. I'm cutting that out.
May or may not be July 4.
If it's past July 4th, I'm 25 now.
Happy birthday.
Frontal lobe fully intact.
Your frontal lobe is finally fully together.
I can levitate things now, right? That's how it works?
Yeah.
I get my powers when I turn 25.
You get your powers. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. I want to be on some Wanda Maximoff type level. And I think I can be.
This was me showing mercy.
Oh, I will not show mercy. This entire planet needs to be changed. I'm rewriting everything. This planet will not be the same when I'm done with it. Just know that. uh, okay, stay iconic. Bye.
Stay iconic, y'all. Bye.